The Yuletide season evokes thoughts and memories of glorious days of frost, ringing bells, and the magical aromas wafting from a warm, loving kitchen. And yet, the days are shorter, and the nights become long, dark, and cold journeys into a bizarre winter realm of menace, monsters, and wandering spirits. Blackwater Media presents A Creepy Christmas. Creek Valley, Georgia at the turn of the 20th century was a small rural town. To tell the truth, it still is. But in 1899, its life's blood was agriculture and logging. Again, for the most part, it still is. Onions, tomatoes, sweet corn, and bell peppers, as well as tall, strong pine and oak, all sustain the lives of the people of Creek Valley and the outskirt villages. But on Christmas Eve of that year, no one in Creek Valley was thinking about sweet corn or pine trees, nor were they necessarily caught up in the festive spirit of the season. No. Normally there would be parties. There would be a festival all up and down Charlotte Street with fireworks, singing, children laughing, and candles burning in every window. Not this Christmas Eve. Not after Harlan Crenshaw had been found out behind his barn in September, with his throat torn away and savage animal-type bite marks all over his body. Not after Jenny Weller, only 17 years old, had been discovered in late October, disemboweled and violated even beyond what can be spoken of here, close to the east side of Whitman's Bridge. Not after the Wilcrest family, 5 in all, mother, father, 2 boys aged 12 and 8, and a girl aged 6, had all been mutilated in their own home as they gathered at the table for Thanksgiving dinner. The killer had been monstrously powerful and had apparently shattered and splintered the heavy oak door to enter the house and slaughter the family. No, this Christmas Eve was different. It was finally time for the hunter to become the hunted. Siler Gresham led the men into the woods, hunting dogs and all. They entered the forest at nightfall, and a frigid rain began to fall. Overhead, a full December moon was barely visible behind the winter storm clouds. The creature could be heard howling fiendishly deep in the dense Georgia forest, but the men pursued it. The men with lanterns lit and dogs on the scent pursued the murderous man-wolf through the cold, pouring rain. The madness came to a head at Cherokee Bluff, where a rock outcropping hung over a 40-foot drop down into Pine Forge Creek. The man-beast snarled and growled in bestial spite. Beneath the black sky and cold rain, the dogs rushed in. The men opened fire. 6 or 8 of the bullets, all cast in silver, hit their target. There was a monstrous scream of pain and terror. The creature was thrown back, falling beyond the rocks and into the frigid waters of the creek. The men made their way off to the left for an easier descent down to where the thing lay. Even in the winter darkness, the light of their lanterns revealed one final horror. Laying there in a foot of water, with blood pouring out into the flow of the creek, was not the snarling beast from only minutes before, but the stranger who had drifted into town some months ago. There was disagreement over what his name was. Some thought it was Jackson. Others swore that it was Simmons. But whatever the case, he, or it, was dead. They pulled the body from the water and buried it deeper off into the woods. The men returned to their homes and families and apprised them as to what had happened. It seemed as though the nightmare was over. For the first time in months, the people of Creek Valley slept soundly. After all, it was Christmas Eve.